Hey beautiful, are you ready for this crochet top? This is super easy. If you just start to crochet, I'm sure you can do this one. Let's get into it. Before we start this project, I want you to take the tape measurement and measure shoulder to shoulder. Once you got the number of shoulder to shoulder, then make the small gauge swatch and see how many stitches you need to match up with your measurement. This project, we are only working only half double crochet. So for me, 81 half double crochet is matched with 16 inches. And now I'm just going to show you again how much I have here. It's still 16 inches, or maybe this side. You see? It's important to make a small gauge swatch. And I know that black color is harder to see. So for demonstrate the stitch, I'm going to use this yarn. It's the same weight yarn. I choose spot weight because it's light and I'm going to Thailand very soon and I want to able to wear this all the time. And also I use the hook 3.5 millimeter hook. So just go ahead, make a small gauge swatch and then come back, start your first row that match with your measurement. For the panel, we're gonna start with slip knot. You can do your slip knot in any way you want. This is how I do my slip knot. And you're going to make a long chain that according to your measurement. But now I'm just gonna make 10 chain plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for example, I have my row on my panel is 81 half double crochet, meaning when I start my chain row, I chain 81 plus 2 just to make sure again, yeah? Because at the end of my row 1, then I have 81 half double crochet. And here, to demonstrate, I chain 10, and now I'm just going to chain 2 extra to build up the yarn. And from here, we're going to do half double crochet in third chain from hook. So 1, 2, now the third one is here. You put the poke the hook through the chain, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. This is one half double crochet. And the next one, we do the same, yarn over, put the hook through the loops, yarn over, pull through. We have 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we just did the second half double crochet stitch. Now you're just going to do that in each of the chain stitch to create the total half double crochet stitch as you have started your chain with. So for me, you already know I start with 10 chain plus 2, meaning I'm going to have at the end of this row 1, 10 half double crochet. Wow, this yarn is very smooth to work with. Working with the small yarn it takes longer, but the work will turn out nicer in my point of view because it's really soft and neat. Okay, let's count if we have 10 half double crochet. This is really for beginner and I'm trying to go slow as much as I can. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this chain 2 is here, you see in the corner here to build up the yarn. Just gonna show you this chain 2, 1, 2, and then the first stitch is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then for row 2, you're going to chain 2 to build up the yarn again. When I say build up the yarn, meaning I'm not counting as the stitch, just to build up the yarn. And now we're going to yarn over, and if you see on the top here, it's like a V shape like this. We're going to work through both loops. Yarn over, put the hook through these 2 loops over here. Oops. See, both loops. And again, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. We have done the first one, and now we do the same. Yarn over, pull through all these 2 loops. Again, on the top, you see this one. Yarn over, pull through. Now we have 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now you're just going to continue to do that till the end of the row. last one. Now chain 2 already prepared for the next row. Again, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, you got to make sure that every row you have the same stitch count. So from now on, you're just going to repeat row 2 for as many rows as you want. I will show you my one. I have made a total of 43 rows because I want to have it as a short, like crop style. I love wearing crop top. So this one measure, show you, approximately 10 inches. And yeah, I made, this is my row 1, 43 rows. And then for the shoulder part, it's very easy. You can make the shoulder like this one to go up to the shoulder. If you like it wider, you can do it. For me, 17 stitches is good. And it's measure 3.2 inches. So to do this part is very easy. I'm just going to explain now because now you learn how to do half double crochet. So it's very easy, this stitch. You're going to make the length of your design. You can make longer. You can even make this to be a tunic, but then you need to learn the skill of increasing because this is no increasing at all. If you want to know how to shape the garment, like shape the crochet garment, I put the tutorial of how you can shape, how you can increase, decrease, and everything that you need to know about creating crochet garment. This link is just right here on the right corner. Just click that one and then you'll be able to make this as the tunic because you will learn how to decrease and how to increase. And yeah, you just need to also learn how to measure your body. I put the link about measuring your body here as well. And have a look and study a little bit about making clothes and how to shaping your crochet garment that fit you. But this video, we're just going to make it super easy and simple. You see my last row is row 43. I have 81 half double crochet, and for the corner I just want to have this much. So for me 17 half double crochet or 17 stitches is what I'm aiming for. Then I count from the corner to the stitch number 17. I put the stitch marker there and then I just continue my row 44 like usual, but then I stop at the stitch number 17 and then I chain 2 and continue back and forward again and again. I made total of 10 rows on this part. I chain 1 and cut the yarn. This side I cut the yarn longer because I'm going to use this yarn to weave in 2 panels together. And this side I do the same thing, just repeat the same thing to have the same shoulder part. And again I have longer yarn to connect the 2 panels together. For the second panel, you do the same thing. The only thing that different is that I don't need to have a long yarn here because I already have a long thread to connect these both panels together. So go ahead, make your panels and come back here to learn how to connect. So here in the row number 22, and now we're gonna put it together. Actually, first of all, I want to connect the shoulder first. The shoulder, I'm just gonna use the yarn needle. Oh, this very big yarn needle. But it's okay. So just thread in and use the one that's longer like that. And now I'm just facing the outside together. I connect it from the inside panel. Now I'm just gonna connect just like you would sew in your garment, you know. I'm just gonna include this one already so it won't, then I don't have to weave that in later on. I just poke the needle through on the top of the stitch. I know it's black color, it's hard to see, but I just poke it to, you know, you see the stitch, just poke it in like that. last stitch, I always like to take the yarn and do that to make sure it's secure. And one more time. Oh, this is when the yarn needle is so big. Okay. Should have something like this. And now you're going to repeat everything on the other shoulder. All right, I already did both sides. I need this here is my side body. You remember we have the stitch marker here. So what we are doing is that we're just gonna cut the yarn, take the yarn that you think that would be enough to sew this part in. I think I'm just gonna do like this. This should be enough. Then you're just gonna cut the yarn. And now use the yarn needle. Now I change yarn needle to this one. Thread the yarn in, and you're just going to sew in just like how you would sew your clothes. Go to the corner here from this side, and then go to the other panel in the corner and start to do your sewing process. Do it any way you're comfortable with. It's quite easy in this part. Okay, actually I wanted to include this one in. Hope you can see. So just go ahead, sew this part together in your own way. It's quite easy just to poke the yarn needle through both of the panel and put them together. Make sure that they are aligned and just continue do this until you come to the stitch marker. Here I come to the stitch marker. What I'm going to do is take the yarn and do that to secure. I'm going to also leave this yarn hanging there for now because I wanted to make sure that I like the length of my armpit, and I'm just going to leave it there because maybe I might do more, maybe I would undo it, I don't know yet. For now, I'm just going to remove this stitch marker and I'm going to count the rows on the other side and do the same thing. So I'm going to put the stitch marker on row 22, both panels, and do the same like I did on this part. And after that, I'm going to put it on and see the fit. So go ahead and do that as well. So I tried on and I really like how it looked on me. So I'm just wave in all the yarn. I was thinking to put the neckline here just to slip stitch around to make it look neater. Like here, it doesn't look so neat. So I'm just gonna slip stitch around and see how it turns out. Just like experimenting with you. So shoot one side. This is my back side, my back panel, my back part. This is the front. For this cleaning up, I'm doing from the outside. So I'm just going to shoot one corner here. You see this is the shoulder, and I'm just going to shoot one corner here. I poke the hook there, just in any stitch. I like to do on the back because I want to make sure there's something wrong, then it's in the back. I'm just going to poke the hook into the back panel, the last, before we go up to the shoulder, you see? So this stitch. And just going to take the yarn over, chain one. And now I'm just going to slip stitch around like that to a variable stitch here, you see? Just go ahead. I'm not sure yet if it's going to work, but I'm just going to try. Hopefully it will make it look neater. Actually, no, slip stitch doesn't look good. Okay, now I think I'm just going to do single crochet. So poke the hook there, yarn over, chain one, and now we're just going to single crochet around. That is single crochet. So poke the hook into a variable space. Make sure it's very close to the edge and do single crochet. Okay, single crochet is better. I like single crochet for cleaning up. I think it's perfect. So go ahead, Poke the hook into available space. Make sure it's close to the edge of your work and single crochet until you come back to where you slip knot at the beginning. And then I meet you there. Here I come to the beginning, and now I'm just going to poke the hook into the first single crochet there and slip stitch, chain 1 and cut the yarn. Also, I want to let you know how I do it because it's easier when you are working on this part, like on the front or on the back, because there's the stitch. This part is a little bit challenging. If you found it like, oh, too many stitch you have made and it doesn't stay straight, you can skip some stitch. You just have to eyeball to your work. If you feel like, oh, too many stitches, then just skip some stitches. What I did is like this part, I start with every stitch and I felt like a little bit too much. So around here, I start to skip one stitch and go to the next, skip one stitch, go to the next. So I like how it looks. You see, it's turned out more neat like this. When you have the work in your hand, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to do the same thing on the armhole, both sides. I'm going to start also on the armpit here, and I will do the same. Not gonna work on every stitch. I'm just gonna skip few stitches, like I start maybe the first 1 or 2, and then the next one, if I feel like it's too close, then I skip the next one and I go to the next. And I like to start exactly at the line here where we connect the panel, and we do the same thing. I'm just going to show you a little bit and then you can continue both sides, yeah? So now yarn over, chain 1, and we start to go to the available space. Again, make sure that you go very close to the edge. I will be skipping now and then. Like at the moment, I have not yet skipping anything. Okay, now for example, I'm not going to this one. I'm just going to go to this one instead. Don't skip more than 1 stitch, okay? And now I'm done skipping. And now I skip the next one, I go to the next. Just skip 1 stitch only, because if you skip too many stitches at once, it's not so good. It's gonna be not neat and maybe too tight. I don't know. Just eyeball into your work. Okay, you didn't see it. It was so far. Okay, now I do it again. Here I'm just gonna skip this one and I'm just gonna go to the next. Skip the next and go to the next one. Like that, okay? Go ahead, do that. Maybe you want to also count the stitch. I'm going to count the stitch now. So you will do exactly the same on the other side. And when you come here, you're just gonna go to the first stitch, slip knot and slip stitch, and then chain 1, cut the yarn, just like what you did on the collar, on the neck area. So I have single crochet around 77, and I do the same on the other side. Now we're done. Just go ahead, wave in the excess yarn, try it on, and send me a picture on Instagram via DM. I want to feature you, and if you don't want to be featured, just send it to me. I love to see it.